Welcome to Paul's Heart. I'm Paul, author of the book Paul's Heart Life as a Dad and a 35-year cancer survivor, available on Amazon. I'm going to indulge you a second, just bear with me. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. A couple more seconds. Okay, now I can show you what I was doing. I have my arm in a blood pressure cuff, and if I can get the screen to show the picture, 116/63 with a pulse of 79. Now, why is this important? Because I want to talk about stress. Okay, stress. There's actually two different kinds of stress. You've got a good stress. You've got a bad stress. Yes, some stress can be good. It's referred to as eustress, and that's spelled EUSTRESS. Quickly, it's a short-term type of stress. It's a motivating type of stress. It's the kind of stress that helps you do better, perhaps enhancing your performance. It's a manageable type of stress. Sometimes it can be exciting. It can be, it's more focused. It's more energetic. Perhaps if you're in a competition for something. And then there's bad stress. Okay, that we refer to as distress, and I know you've heard that word before. Bad stress is really considered a chronic, something long lasting. Many times it can be overwhelming depending what you're dealing with. Most importantly, it's harmful. And it's harmful physically, it's harmful mentally. It's perceived as being threatening, uncontrollable. And there's a lot of anxiety and irritability with it. Sometimes we can suffer burnout from it. There's often a feeling of helplessness in dealing with situations like that. Um, you know, we deal with all kinds of situations that can cause stress. Sorry. On this page, I often talk about the world of cancer. No doubt, you face a cancer diagnosis, your stress is going to be through the roof. It could be about jobs, it could be about bills, anything like that. The thing about stress is if you don't manage it, it can actually make things worse. And so that's why it's important that you deal with it. So I took my blood pressure now before I started talking about all this stuff because I want to show the effect, as long as I have time left in the video to do it, to retake my blood pressure at the end because I'm talking about stuff that is stressful. So if my science experiment works, my blood pressure should be up, or if the way that I practice managing my stress um, shows that I've got it under control no matter how I talk about it. So stress will affect you most notably, that you can tell, through your vitals. Okay, I used to think it was weird, my older family members having a blood pressure cuff at home and stethoscope. Like, why are you taking your blood pressure at home? Okay, I'm 60 years old, but I'm also a cardiac patient, so this thing is always here and always getting used. But another way you can tell when your stress is getting too much is your emotions. Okay, so I want to spend the majority of the rest of the time talking about how to relieve stress. Okay, one of the big ways that I deal with it, I practice Buddhism. Now, I want to stress Buddhism is not a religion. So, if you have a faith that you're worried about Buddhism conflicting with it, no, it's not. Okay, Buddhism is just a frame of mind that you actually put yourself in, especially when it comes to what you can control and what you can't control, especially circumstances. What do you control of that particular event that is happening? Or is the stress that you're putting yourself under going to make it worse because you don't have control? Okay? You need a calmer head to work through what you're dealing with, and that's how you're going to do that. Another way is to do deep breathing exercises. It's a known fact that if you change your breathing, that it sends different signals through oxygen up to the brain. What do I mean by changing your breathing? It's a deep breathing exercise that I learned 15 years ago, and it works, and it's simple. You breathe in, close your mouth, you breathe in through your nose for the count of 4, and then you breathe, you press your lips together, leaving only a little bit of way for the air to come out, and you exhale for 5 seconds. You do this 4 straight times. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You do that 4 or 5 times, that should help. If it hasn't, take a few minutes, do it again. You do it as many times as you need. Of course, another method that I like to help relieve stress, meditating. Pick a spot on a wall, down at the carpet, up at the ceiling, whatever. Just focus on it, and that's all you do. And do the deep breathing. Okay? There's also getting enough sleep. We undervalue sleep. You need enough sleep if you're dealing with stress. Another thing that'll help, low or no caffeine. They're stimulants. Caffeine is a stimulant. So is cigarettes. Okay, so these things are going to continue to jack you up. Another thing, limit screen time. Okay, I realize Super Bowl is coming up. Hockey is the bane of my existence as well. But it could be something, on your handhelds that you're watching as well. These things are known to cause stress. So limiting your time with that. Go for a walk. Enjoy some nature. And one of my favorites is music. I can put music and listen to music all day long. Music is one of the few things that actually takes me places. And I'm going to go a little bit further into that with my next one, creative outlets. Write. Take advantage of the arts. Take up some painting. Do some writing. Put down your thoughts in writing. One of the things that I did, writing this book. I have various other projects that I've done. And also, performing if you like music and stuff. Some of the best ways that I relax is singing. I do have a keyboard and a guitar that I do occasionally play, but I enjoy singing. That helps me de-stress. One of the bigger ones, laugh. Watch something funny. Tell some jokes. But laugh. And, of course, unplug. If you have to, get away. Turn things off, just walk away. Unplug. But it's important that you learn some way to de-stress before it becomes a major health issue. So I'm going to start this thing up one more time because I see I've got about a minute left. See if I can get a final reading for you before I sign off. Now, typically, you're not supposed to talk while this is happening, but I'm trying to see what stress or talking about stress has done to me in the 8-9 minutes that I've been talking. So here we go. It's pumping up. See how far it goes. Well, that looks pretty good. It didn't go as high as before. If I don't get the final numbers, I'll put them in the comments. It's going to be close. Okay. 114 over 78.